Testing. Can you hear me? Bunch of noise. Can you hear me? There we go. There we go. Sorry about that. Still with some new software. Sorry about that. Still with some new software. Sorry about that. Still with some new software. What's going on, everybody? What's up with y'all? What's going on, everybody? Just want to talk about probability. Hold on right quick. How I sound now? Let me know. I use my own car soap. What's that? Dart. I use my own car soap. Uh, I get it from a distributor. Get it by, I get it in gallons, and that's what I use. I sound pretty good. Okay, appreciate that. Uh, yeah, man. Trying to make the live a little more interactive. I got a new software for going live. Uh, been messing with it pretty much almost half the day. Been messing around with it. I dropped a video. I know you guys been waiting on me. Yeah, I know you guys been waiting on me to drop a video, and I dropped one earlier today. I know y'all like my regular videos when I'm doing my little commentary and with the music and everything, and you know, decided to go ahead and finish one up. Like I said, I got a new computer, new software. Got a lot of new things going on. Got a new setup. So I've been trying to like personalize it, customize it, and get it to my liking. So the videos are going to be a little. It's going to be a while before I'll be able to just like crank those videos out and get a lot of things done because I got a lot of things that I've been procrastinating on. that I have to get done. Uh, I'm so far behind on like personal things and even things for my business. So like my setup, I just said, you know what, let me get it functioning and then I'll just work on it as I go. And it's been working out pretty good. Got a lot of experience though. Just I gained a lot of experience messing around with the setup because the setup that I previously had wasn't really a setup. It was just something that I put together real quick just to get started. Me, I'm the type of person that if I sit there and try to wait until I have all the necessary equipment, or well, not even the necessary equipment, but just have all the stuff that I think I should have, I'll never get started. If I'm waiting on it to be perfect, I'll never get started. So same thing like back when I started in 2012, got a water tank, got some hoses, pressure washer, generator, vacuum cleaner, let's go. Like I didn't even know, I never thought about getting a steamer. I never thought about getting a drill brush until I started seeing it on YouTube, and then I started getting it little by little. I didn't waste my time just simply trying to just get stuff that that I didn't need at the time because I didn't want to buy, and I didn't even buy a whole bunch of products. I didn't buy, there's a lot of things that I didn't buy because I was just starting the business, and I was waiting until the business started to grow when I start to see, okay, this is going to work. And when that customer base and that clientele base gets large, then I'm going to need the equipment to make it easier, faster, more efficient. Y'all know what it is. But anyway, we talking about probability. And to me, at the end of the day, that's what business is all about. It's like probability. It's all about numbers. Uh, when I first started, I didn't care about like products or chemicals. I didn't care about any of that. Uh, I knew that any car wash soap would do. Uh, any tire shine would do. If I find something I didn't like, I just try something else. Wasn't trying to buy anything in bulk. I just wanted to get started. My main concern was bringing in revenue and getting customers. Uh, I could care, like I said, I could care less about anything else. Because without no customers, there's no business. Uh, so I would look around and I would see people, you know, at detail shops. They wouldn't have a pressure washer. They would just have a vacuum cleaner and a water hose, some buckets, and some rags, and they were making money. So I felt like I had one up on them because I had a generator, pressure washer, uh, a powerful vacuum cleaner. I felt like I had one up on them, and I didn't feel like I had to just run around and try to compete with other detailers and get all the name brand stuff, all the big stuff. I didn't care about that. I knew the more people I get in front of, the more chances I was going to get to sell someone a service. Just like when I told you I was doing the $20 detail, well, that was about probability. How many people would get their car washed at $20? A lot. I knew that a lot of people would be coming in, and I knew when a lot of people be coming in, it'd be more money coming in. Then I knew that it'd be more tips, more chances of me being seen. This is all about probability. More chances of me being seen, more chances of me to get footage of the cars that I do before and after pictures, more chances to be able to post my stuff on the internet. The more you advertise, the more people are going to see you. Every day is a day that somebody sees you for the first time. So, like I said, it's all about probability. Uh, it's a numbers game. And so I knew that in the beginning. So all I was trying to do was get those numbers up by consistently being out there, by being out. If I knew that even though I'm doing this car for 20 bucks. Now, I knew I couldn't stay at that price point very long. I knew I was going to have to go up, but I knew I could generate a lot of buzz and get a lot of people, around me and get my name out there and pass out my cars and get people talking. And then I can turn around and take those videos or those pictures or those before and afters or those 50-50 shots and put them on Facebook and Instagram. And when people on Facebook and Instagram, what starts to happen is, whether I'm dropping videos whether I'm dropping videos, one video a day, one car a day, whether I'm doing cars a day, what's going to happen is when you constantly see me posting every time you turn around, they're different vehicles. It's going to give you the perception that I'm good at what I do. Now, it wasn't a false perception, but it's going to give someone that perception that, like, man, he's always doing cars every day. He must be good because all these people are letting him touch the cars. Now, some knew I did good work, and some was attracted to the price. It didn't matter. I was going to put 100% in each car that I did. I was going to do my very best at each car or line that I did and get myself out there. And so I know a lot of you guys who watch these videos, a lot of you guys, I mean, professionals, and well, I'm not going to even say that, but people that have been in the game for a long time, some of them watch it for entertainment, but most of you guys are watching to learn. You want to start your own business, you want to get out there. You might have a 9 to 5 that you don't like, and you want to get out there. Well, this is a good way to get yourself out there. Now, I'm not telling you what price point you should be at, but whatever price point you feel that you need to be at to generate a lot of people in the beginning is what I'm saying. Now, I'm not going to charge my lowest price is 75 bucks for a detail. That's a maintenance detail. That's really a wipe down, wash and vac for a sedan. And it goes up at 75, 85, 95, 105. My standard start at 90. My full start at 185. Then I have another package that starts at I think 285. So, but I was able to move from that. I was able to do the $20 details and create that buzz and do so many cars. Not only that, the more I do cars, I have a high probability of getting good. I got a high probability of being able to converse and read customers. Uh, and over time, I knew what to say, what not to say, how to deal with a customer. I mean, it almost came like second nature. Uh, it was just so easy. So now you just start repeating yourself, and it's different customers, but you might got 5 categories. I'm just guessing. You might got 5 categories of customers, and in those 5 categories, you got customer A, B, C, D. A, B, C, D, E. And so A, you may have to give him this speech. B, you got to give him the other speech. C, you got to give him that speech. You get what I'm saying? So these same customers are gonna keep revolving, and you're gonna know how to talk to them. You got the OCD customer. Okay, when you get the OCD customer, you want that customer to go behind your work. You want to say, hey, sometimes you may not do you may not meet their expectations, but the fact that you're trying and the fact that you're doing everything you can to meet their expectations a warrant a 5-star review from them. Because if they OCD, you say, okay, I did this, you want them to go behind you, and then they'll point out stuff and you get it. You get it, and you ask them to do it. You don't let them do it. You ask them to do it. You don't let them do it first. You know what I'm saying? Then you might got that customer that doesn't know what they want. The customer that is indecisive, don't know what to make a decision. So you have to make the decision for the customer. There's a certain way you got to talk to that customer. And I learned all this by getting all those customers. I had an influx. I'm talking about cars, 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 cars. And I'm talking about, man, like in a day, I would do like five or six, come home exhausted, only have 120, maybe at the most $200 at the end of the day and be wore out. And I would just tell myself, I got to get up in the morning and do it again. I'm not going to worry about it because I know eventually it's going to pay off. Uh, I know a lot of people say, know your value. Well, I knew my value, but I had to build my value in the eyes of others because just because you value doesn't mean this person gonna, from first sight, gonna say, "Oh, okay, I value his work." No, you got to prove yourself. They're gonna have to see it, and I did that. I did that for, man, a good. I would say I was at that $20 price for about a good, I would say 6 to 7 months, and I went up to 35 and 45, and I just kept going up, kept going up. Uh, and then I just got to the point now. Uh, now, I don't get as many customers, but I make more money doing less carbs. So now the probability it still stands. Okay, you have to look at it this way. Hold on, y'all. Let me pull up my let me pull up YouTube on my other screen so I can see y'all comments. See what y'all saying. Awesome information video for us, this type of business. Hope you can put a breakdown of in the future of the breakdown on the equipment you use and chemicals. But and do you ever think of shooting high on prices instead of shooting low or per going rate? Some detailers charge 500 for full detail and they have a bare minimum experience. We always talk about shooting low, but we never the other way around. Yeah. Well, you understand that this is what I'm telling you about low prices was the low prices was that was in the past. Now you got to understand uh, when you look at people's prices, you also got to look at the demographic, and you also got to look at the city and state that they're in when you look at prices. So you got to understand. I'm in Mississippi. The median income is probably 40,000 a year. Uh, I mean, it's the lowest. I think out of all 50 states, it's the lowest. You got a state like Jersey or DC, which is at 70 some thousand for the median income. So 185, for full detail on the sedan, is up there for here. I mean, you can get probably 200, and that's high here. Maybe California, they may be a little low. I don't know, but yeah, you got to understand what I'm saying. See, y'all focus on one word. You got to understand. I continuously said in the beginning, not now. You don't. You can aim high. You can aim high in the beginning if you want, and just let me know how that work out for you. I'm not saying it doesn't work. I don't think it will work. I personally, I don't think it'll work, but it could. I never tried it, but I don't see myself aiming high in the beginning. Remember this now, when you start your career, when you start your business, unless you got bankrolled or you got, some capital put away or somebody's bankrolling you, if you aim if you aim high, the probability of you getting customers is going to be lower, which means that you may get one or two here and there. And then you got to understand you're not known yet. You don't have any clientele. You don't have, that's just the way I'm looking at it. But hey, you can have a different opinion. I understand. But, oh, you know what? I don't need that. I don't need that up there. Hold on, guys. Right. Well, yeah. I mean, you can start high in the beginning. I'm not saying that you can't do that. But me, I don't think starting high in the beginning is a good idea. Uh, but I'm not gonna say it wouldn't work. Just depends on where you at, who you are, and your experience. But you got to understand, no experience. Uh, I mean, you could have washed car. It's not the same as washing cars in your driveway. You've been your mom's car, your car, growing up washing cars. It's totally different when you're doing it as a business. So as far as that, I mean, you got experience washing cars, but as far as a business, if you have no experience, you don't know anybody, you have no customers, no clientele, to me, aiming high will actually just make it take a longer time because I know if I come in with a lower price, I know somebody's gonna bite. I know somebody's gonna bite. Now maybe 20 was too low. Maybe 20 was too low. I get it. But that was what I knew at the time. And that's what I knew at the time. And over time it grew. So I knew that if I did that, people was gonna bite. I mean, even if somebody didn't even need a car wash and they saw $20 and you're gonna do inside and out, or 25 or whatever, inside and out, they're gonna stop. People that's not even thinking about it, they're gonna stop. They're gonna say, okay, let me get it done, and then you pass out a card, and then they may call you a year from now. I mean, you gotta think about how many cards I passed out doing that, how many flyers I passed out doing that, and people call you a year later, and a year later, now a year later, you was 25 a year ago, now you 45, and then they're like, oh, okay, well, he did a good job last time, I'll pay 45, and then you just keep going over. Now, again, like where I left off earlier, the probability is going to change because now you're raising your prices and you're going to get less and less people. But in the beginning, when your prices were low, you was able to get all this content, all these before and after pictures. Like, man, I have pictures and footage for days, and it's gonna come in handy. It's gonna come in handy later. Trust me. Website, before and after photos, portfolios. Like some people might want to see you work, and you got it on deck. You got endless amounts of pictures that you can do a lot with. Uh, I was talking to a guy today, and he was talking about he how he records a lot of footage, and he puts it out, a little bit at a time, spoon feeding it a little bit at a time, and you're not gonna be able to do all that with you know with trying to come in at a high price. You're not gonna be able to do all that. You're not gonna be able to do all that. Now, that's just how I feel. Somebody if somebody thinks different, I understand. And and I don't mind you expressing how you feel it, or you can express your experience and tell me how it worked out for you. Uh, Me personally, I've never tried it, so I'm not gonna say it wouldn't work. I just don't think it would personally. Shouts out to the new wave. I see you. Our full detail starts at 560. If heavily soil, stains, pet hair, mud, red dirt, concrete. Now, when we say full detail, also I see where you said full details at 500, Austin. When you say a full detail, what's in your full detail package? That's what we also gotta Remember that too, because people have a full detail and they offer. Some people have full detail and they offer like a one stage polish or a little bit of paint correction in their full detail. Some just basically it's just a wash, clay wax on the inside, and shampoo, uh, interior wipe down, interior dressing, leather conditioner, stuff like that. So when we shooting out these packages, these name of these packages, we also got to understand just wash, clean, polish, right? So we got to understand what's in the package because some people offer more. What's going on, Grumpy? Right, where you from, Austin? What city you detail out of? And are you a full time detailer or you do it part time? Fairfax, Virginia, right? Like the median income in Virginia is kind of high. Yeah, part time. Now see, now here's where the difference comes in. Now, in my experience, what's going on, Matthew? Connecticut. Okay, so in my experience, when I see people that are part time, I notice they charge way more because they don't need the money. So you got to understand, you're working a full time job, you're working 8 hours a day, and then to come home and turn around and do a full detail. I get it, it makes sense. But when you got someone like me that's full time, it'll get to the point where, and this was in the beginning, not now, but it'll get to the point where some, some money is better than no money. And for the people who full time, who got it from the mud, who started out with nothing, trust me, they know what that feels like. Like you sitting at home and you chilling and and the phone is not ringing. And if you could have made $80 that day, you'd have been happy with the option of nothing. You know what I'm saying? And I was there, 2012, 2013. I was there. I would sit at home and I would be laying in the bed and I would be looking at my phone and I wake up with looking at my phone and no messages, no calls, no nothing. So I'll get up and find something to do. And at this time, I wasn't making Matthew Rouse shout out from Sporties. Missed you last time you came out here. Okay, I was just out there. I was out there on the 6th. I was out there Labor Day weekend. I was out there with Sporties Labor Day weekend. Exactly. So like I see Austin. So like I mean I remember just sitting there like, okay, I got to get up and do something. And I would literally get on my phone and just look through my contacts and just look at all. And I actually had my contacts group. I had like car wash clients, detail clients, and stuff like that. I mean, detail clients, lawn care clients, and I will send out a mass text and run a special in a minute. Yo, uh, get a maintenance detail, get a free wax. And and it may just be spray wax. I'm not putting any paste wax or anything. Maybe just spray wax. Uh, run over with the clay real fast, speed clay, and throw some wax on it. They weren't gonna get it waxed anyway. Uh, the customers that I was the customers that I was that I was dealing with at that time, you know, they'd have never got a full detail. Ever, unless they get the income tax or something like that. They never get a full detail. Now I'm booking them all the time. I remember I used to be like, man, nobody's gonna ever get a full detail package. And, uh, slowly but surely, I started booking them. Now they're coming way more often than ever before. This year is one of my best years ever in my life. Uh, and that's with anything I've ever done. Uh, now I was in the military, law enforcement. Like the last 2 years have been the best years ever. So like I can't complain. But like I said, I can speak on this because this is something that I tried and it worked, and I've advised others to do the same, and it worked for them, and they're pretty successful right now. Yeah, I've been full time since the beginning. When I left the police department, I left the police department 2000, the summer of 2011. Uh, the top January 1st, 2012, I started A&A. Started off with lawn care. 6 months later, I added the detail and never looked back. And I was full time ever since. So like, I never experienced. Well, you know what? I did do a little bit of work while I was on the police department, or just a little bit, but not enough. Not even enough to say part time. But uh, but it worked out for me. So I mean, if I like if I was in the same situation, I would do it the same all over again. Now, if now with the knowledge that I have, I wouldn't do the same thing with the knowledge that I have. The prices probably still be a little lower, but not that low, because you also got to understand fear. You also got to understand fear. I was afraid. I didn't want to hear the word no, so I had a price, and I learned from it. I had that low price because I didn't want to hear the word no, and then I still would hear the word no, or people were like, "Oh man, I know somebody that'll do it for 20 or 15." People still say no. So then once I got, more and more experience, I got comfortable. I got comfortable with what I was doing, and at the time I wasn't using any buffers, any steamers, no drill brush. So I didn't have any. Like I said, I had no. Uh, yeah, you threw me off with that. Get your likes up. It came in funny on my thing. I had to approve it. But like I said, it was more of like once I got comfortable and I saw that, okay, when I started getting tips, like when I would charge the little 25, and then somebody throw me a $10 tip or a $15 tip, or they'll tell me, hey, you need to charge more. And yes, if you conduct a business, you're gonna need a business license. But and so that kept happening. That kept happening. People say, "Yo, you need to charge more. You need to charge more." And then when you're working, you busting your butt, and the money just don't add up. Like you worked all day and you come home with 150, $160, maybe $200, and you done so many cars. Even though there was some car washes, wasn't no detailing going on at that time. It was just washing cars, and then you start thinking like, okay, I can go up a little bit, because if they pay 20, they'll pay 25. So you go up 25, and you go up 30 and 35, and you keep going up, and you start realizing it doesn't matter what price you charge. There's somebody out there, and that goes back to probability. There's somebody out there that pay for it, but what are the chances? Okay, so now that my prices are going up. Okay, now I have to start advertising and marketing to another clientele, to another demographic, in another area where they can afford it. So now, not only can they afford it, they need it and they want it. I mean, some people are in dire need of it because they don't know how to they don't know how to actually do it themselves. They don't have time to do it themselves. And so, those are people like, your doctors, your lawyers, your executives, nurses, uh, that soccer mom, people that just don't have the time, but they do have the money and they will pay. And they will pay top dollar for somebody to come clean their cars out really good, once every 3 months or once every 6 months and get it real good. And they'll love it. And so now you like, okay, so now I'm gonna put myself here. It's gonna raise my probability. You understand what I'm saying? To charge more as well, but I haven't had one client yet. Hmm. What you mean? Grumpy? You said you started your business. You basically started your business. You haven't had a customer yet. McAllen, Texas. I see you. Yeah, cold service. I don't know if you heard me, but if you're trying to conduct any type of business, you're going to need a license. Period. Yeah, you know how it is with chemicals, Austin. It's just chemicals, man. I mean, they put the stuff out there. They even reached out to me, Hybrid Solutions. They reached out to me. It's all about advertising. And they advertise the hell out of this stuff. I mean, some of it is good, some of it is okay. But y'all know how I go. And that's why I try to tell y'all, don't be all into chemicals like that. I mean, how many different ways you can make wax? How many different ways can you make ceramic coating, ceramic spray coating? I mean, how many ways can you make it? I mean, the first 5 years of it, if it's in existence, it's been made probably, uh, many different ways. Uh, I mean, people don't even reinvent the wheel; they just keep making the same damn wheel over and over again. And you get caught up in that stuff, and you spend your money. That's on you. That's on you guys. See, I don't do that. That's why I keep telling y'all, like, once I find something that work, okay, this some good car wash soap. That's what I use. Okay, this some good wax. That's what I use. This some good spray wax. It works. I like it. Tire shine. That's what I use. Unless somebody comes with a cheaper price and I can get a lot of it and it does a good job, that's the only way I'll change. But to me, products to me is all I care about is it does it work. I don't care about the name. I can care less. As long as it works and I can get it and I can get a lot of it at a low price or at a decent price. And that's all I care about. Because I'll use Turtle Wax, Armor All, McGuire's, Mother's, Adams, whatever y'all can name, I've used it at least once. And the majority of them were good. Some were not. I detail my family's cars so I can post pictures of. That's a good idea, Cold Surface. That was a very good idea. Okay, so what are you doing? What Grumpy? What are you doing? Like what are you doing to get customers? And be honest. Also, I'm gonna ask you this: what are you not doing? What are you not doing, Grumpy, that you think you should be doing and it may work? Yeah, because I just picked up a load of chemicals when I went down to Jersey. And so I'll be, in the near future, I'm gonna be having some that I'll be, I got a lot to use. And I also I'll be selling some. I'll also be selling some, man. So I mean, like I can buy a gallon of anything, and it's concentrated. That's all I care about when it comes to chemicals. I want a lot of it. I want it concentrated so I can dilute, dilute, dilute. I want to buy a drum of something and it lasts me for at least a year. That's all I care about. I can care less, you know. Oh, I'm using McGuire's. I only use this. I only use that. No, I'm not. Y'all know I'm not that guy. Don't care. How many of your leads online? Yo, I'm getting a lot. I'm getting a lot offline. I mean, and I'm talking about all my new customers are from online. All my new customers. I talked to a customer today who was actually looking on my website, called me while looking on my website and just asking questions and already told me I want this package right here. And yeah, I was looking at your reviews and I was looking at this and I was looking at your reviews on your website and on Facebook and all that. Like I said, and I don't think that I don't think I would have had the the platform and the you know all the interaction that's on my platform, Facebook, Google, Instagram. I wouldn't have all that if I wasn't doing all those cars. If you guys was watching me, uh, when you guys was watching me back I started making videos in 2015. If you go back and watch them and just look at the dates of the videos, I mean, I was dropping 3 videos a day, and I was just cars, cars, lawns, cars, 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 lawns, cars. I just kept cranking them out, and people that was watching. I don't know if I was telling my price back then. I don't. You know what? I think I was. I was telling my price back then, but I mean, to somebody on the outside looking in, it just looked like I had a lot going on. I wasn't making a lot of money at the time, but that generated so much momentum for me that built my confidence up because I was just doing so many cars, and it built my confidence up to the point where I know what it takes to clean that car. I know exactly what I got to do to get that stain out. So uh, it's not, it's the fear is just goes away. And then every time I raise my price, I always have that fear that I would lose customers or lose clients or whatever the case may be. But it always works out. Always. Yes, I started putting it up online. I'm currently only offering interior detail, and I have been putting flyers out and business card around grocery stores and hospital parking lots. How often do I do these streams? It's just kind of these streams are kind of random. I don't have a set date, which I need to start doing like a set date time. Uh, I'm kind of doing like these little trial runs. Like I'm using the streaming software right now. Like y'all can see, I got the little logos up. Like I'll have music in it. I'll have kind of like how I used to do. I At one point I was using this software. What about a year ago no, about 2 years ago I was using this software, and I was had music playing. Like I'll schedule the live, and then you'll get a notification that the live will be coming on at a certain time, and then when you come into the live, music is playing until it gets enough people in the chat, and then I come on, and I can I had a banner run across the bottom and all that type of stuff. So like it's just a trial run. I haven't done it in so long, and then I got a new computer. So when I downloaded the software on this computer, it had updated a few times. It's a little different than what I remember. I haven't touched it in a long time. So I'm just trying to get myself back in the swing of things. So this is kind of like a trial run. I'll probably try to just do like one a week at a certain time, certain day, and you know, no, I didn't have a full time job when I started my business. Uh, like but this is what I did do. I did save up some money, and then I quit, and then I started. But I didn't build a business while I was working. No, if that's what you're asking. Nah, I hadn't talked to her yet, man. But I think it's press because it's real smooth. I hadn't talked to her yet. I actually man, I keep forgetting. I'm sorry, man, but it's like it's smooth. Uh, it's press. It's not embroidered. Uh, what are you actually trying to figure out about the shirts? Are you trying to figure out the cotton, or just the print? You quit your job 2 weeks ago to start this business. Yeah, that's a bold move. That's brave. A lot of people wouldn't do that. Quit their job, but uh, yeah, you're gonna have to do more than pass out flyers. You have to do more than pass out flyers. I remember when I started, that was my thought process. I passed out flyers. I did get people, but passing out flyers, it comes so slow. I mean, I think it's even slower than word of mouth, and word of mouth is real slow. But word of mouth is better. Word of mouth is like the best form of advertising because it's like, you know, that person is vouching for you. So they trust you, and the person that they're telling about you trusts them. And so usually when somebody recommends you do it like that, you get the gig. Uh, but when you pass out flyers, you got to think about it. When somebody gets a flyer, they just throw it away or throw it in their car and keep it going. So some people don't even look at them, but they do work. I've gotten in a few nice neighborhoods because of flyers, and the domino effect is probability. The domino effect could come in, and before you know it, you know you're doing neighbors' cars and their family members' cars. It does work, but you're gonna have to you're gonna have to have a presence online. Uh, those Facebook ads. They only cost the amount of money you spent on those flyers. You can spend less on Facebook ads and reach people that you probably would have never that you wouldn't reach passing out flyers. Plus, it'll reach them quicker than you can pass flyers out. I didn't know that at the time. Had I known that, I wouldn't have passed out any flyers. But flyers do work. But what I would do is I would get, I would try to shoot me like a minute video, and then I would take that minute video and edit it up the best way you can, or you know somebody that know how to do it, or you could do some slideshows. You could do before and afters or whatever, and then you could just go and post them up on Facebook, and then you can pay. Like if you pay $20 on Facebook, you could reach over 1,000 people, and I think for 1,000 flyers, you probably pay $100 for 1,000 flyers. So cheaper than you could reach. If you want to spend, depending on how much money you want to spend, you can spend $100. You spend $100 on Facebook, you can reach thousands of people, a lot, and people on those phones all day doing this all day, and so if they're seeing your ad, and then the thing is that you want to also there's like everybody you know should know you be doing it. Right? Facebook ads, I'm telling you. Yeah, that's a good idea. You're killing two birds with stones. So while you doing your DoorDash, you're throwing that. That's smart. That's smart. Uh, I mean, you'll see the probability. It's all about probability. You'll see. Just think about it. How many flyers you think you have to pass out to get 10 people? Because I remember I passed out 1,000 one time. Like it took me a couple of days, but I passed out 1,000, and I was putting them on mailboxes in the neighborhood. And man, I can count. I can think I can count on one hand how many called me. Maybe on both hands, but you gotta understand, 1,000 flyers, you be thinking I can at least get 100 people. That ain't the case. So again, when it comes to getting customers, when it comes to your prices, it's all with numbers. It's all about probability. Uh, I think your chances are better on Facebook because you can reach a lot of people just like that. And then the thing is, everybody you know should know you be doing. Everybody that you know should know that that this is what you do for a living. Everybody, they should know that this is what you do for a living. And I'm gonna tell you why. Well, people think. Well, these are facts. People, we already know that family or friends are not gonna want to spend money with you. Uh, some of your family members might, and they're doing it because they're your family, but they're not gonna keep your business going. They're not gonna be calling you every week for a wash. And then the other families that don't want to pay want you to do it for free because you're family. And friends, they're just some of them will, most of them won't, but you still need your family and friends because they're gonna put the word out for you. Uh, I don't know how many times that somebody called me and say, "Yeah, such and such recommended me to you," and then it'd be an old classmate that I haven't that we're friends on Facebook. I hadn't talked to him in years. Uh, oh yeah, your cousin told me about you. This, because what you have to do is you have to consistently be putting that stuff out on Facebook. On Facebook, even sometimes I put stuff out. I don't pay for the ads, but I just put it out because I want everybody, my friends list. I want everybody on my friends list to see this is what I do, and you can drop them every day. Drop one every day. You do 5 cars a day. You do some 5 standard wash and wipe downs and backs. You do a few of those. Take the before and after pictures and get the ones that got a lot of debris on the inside. Dirt, crumbs and all types of stuff on the carpet. Get before and after of those because people can relate to that. You got a lot of moms out there that got kids that they can't, they don't have time to keep their cars clean. They're always on the go. And trust me, that level of convenience of you coming to their home and knocking their car out, and they don't have to leave the house. They don't have to go and get somebody to drop them off or go park their car at wait in a lobby with 3 kids running around, with one's crying, the other one talking about they hungry, the other one that wet themselves. They not trying to do that. So if you could come to their house, if you could come to their house and knock their car out, oh yeah, they want that. And so now you want to take those type of pictures so that you know that soccer mom can see that that stay at home mom can see that 9 to 5, you know what I'm saying, the nurse, the CEO, the executive, you want them to see that. And so, you know, and you got to think about it that's a most of you guys already have a large network of people that you know. Now, those people that you know, they may not get your services, but you want them to know what you do because they'll put the word out. You want all forms of advertising working for you. Probability, you want all forms of advertising working for you. So you got word of mouth, if you got the flyers, if you passing out cards, Facebook, the internet, YouTube, what you call it, your website, you want all that working for you because you know the fly that you passed out 2 years ago, somebody might still have it in their drawer, pull it out and say, "Hey, let me get this guy a call," and give you a call. I've had that happen. I've literally went to a place and say, "Hey, how'd you find out about it?" Yo, I got your flyer one day on my mailbox, and I'm talking about recently, like this year, and I'm like, man, I hadn't passed out flyers since 2016. You see what I'm saying? And she said, "Yeah, that's about right. I've had that flyer for at least 4 or 5 years." And you be like, "Wow!" And they held on to it. See, the thing about it is, it's not going to happen when you want it. It's just going to happen. Components that go into pricing, it varies. But the main ones would be your overhead would be one thing. No, no, no. Let me start over. What do you want to get paid is the first thing. What you're going to take home in your pocket. Then your overhead, and your overhead is also your business bill along with your personal bills. How much you need to save. Now, then it goes to your chemicals and uh, the condition of the car, the size of the vehicle. Uh, the best way to do it is start doing your research. Do your research of you. First of all, you want to target. You want to target your customer base. You want to target your customers. What customers do you want? All right. If you want the low end customers don't want to spend a lot of money. I think the most they'll probably spend is maybe $60. And I'm talking about here where I'm at, probably $60. And that's for like an SUV or something, a wipe down, wash and vac. A lot of them, if they could afford a shampoo, they'll get it. If they can't, they won't. And that's just from my experience. Uh, you're going to have the same group of people. They're going to spend the same amount of money each time. May not tip you. Then you got your mid-range customers that, you know, if they need it, they'll spend the money. If they need it. If the car is filthy, if it's bad, they got stains everywhere, if it's a smell, they'll pay for it. They might tip you, they may not. Uh, then you got your high-end customers. Now your high-end customers, they're more about maintenance. But they're about maintenance. They'll keep their vehicles up. They will run their vehicle through a car wash. They will get someone to vacuum it out here and there. And, they take their cars to get serviced. For the oil change and everything. When they get the oil change, or at their dealership, they vacuum the car out. They wash it for them and stuff like that. They're gonna have high end cars, and some of them may have more economic cars like Camrys and Maximas and Accords and Hondas and stuff like that. And then they're gonna have your BMWs, your Mercedes, your Teslas. They're gonna have all that. Their cars are gonna be cleaner. But see, with them is that they don't have time to maintain it. So if they see that someone can come to their house that they can trust, can come out to their house and detail those vehicles, oh, they're going to pay top dollar and they're going to tip you. Those are the customers I was always striving to get to, and I got to them. And those are the customers you want. They'll tip you 20, 30, 40, 50, sometimes $100. They'll tip you that. They don't mind. They'll tell their, and then what happens is when the neighbors see you, the neighbors run over. The neighbors are nosy, and they're in competition with each other. You'll start to see they're in competition with each other. If this person have a Range Rover, they're going to have something, equivalent or better or the same. If they see this person over here getting their yard, spruced up, they're going to want to get their yard spruced up. If they see, and I see it all the time, yo, how much do you charge? Sometimes they just being nosy, and a lot of times they want that service too. They want to outdo their neighbors. So I love being in those neighborhoods because, and they call you back, and they call you back, and they tell their aunts about you and their other family members about you, and they all in the same tax bracket. Those are customers that you want. And the whole time I was doing, in the beginning, the whole time I was doing that, that was my goal to get to that point. Right. That's true. You can't put inside the mailbox, but you can put them on the mailbox. You can put it on the mailbox, not inside the mailbox. And here's my thing. I'd rather be I'd rather ask for forgiveness than ask for permission. Because if you say, "Hey, can I go through the neighborhood and put these flowers in the mailboxes?" They're gonna say no. But if you put them on the mailbox and you just going along about your business and you put them on the mailbox and they call the cops on you or someone says, "Hey, you can't do that." Just play dumb. Oh, I didn't know. I'm sorry. Just play dumb. You want me to take them all off? They're gonna say, "No, don't worry about it. You just can't do that." Okay, thanks. I appreciate you. And go about your business. You know how many neighborhoods I went through and I've never been stopped ever. And I'm talking about I'm in wealthy neighborhoods, $1 million homes, 500 out, half $1 million homes, $250,000 homes, and I've never been stopped, never approached, nothing. You just can't put them inside the mailbox because that's a federal offense. But you put them on the mailbox, never opening the mailbox. Uh, just tape it on there. Or this is what I do. I didn't tape it on there. The little flag, I'll just stick it in that flag, like in between the flag and the mailbox, and it'll just stay right there. And when they check their mailbox, they'll see that little flag and they'll take it. But you gotta understand, man. They get that mailbox gonna be full of junk mail. Majority of my flies got thrown in the junk mail. So I just opted out to do the. I just opted out to do the. Which is do the Facebook thing, the ad, because it's a visual. People get to see it. They get to see it multiple times. Uh, it's one click of a button. You saving time. You ain't got to walk the streets and pass out flyers. Uh, but you're gonna have you need something to put yourself out there fast. Uh, and and that's what I'm telling you. So just imagine, you just starting out. If you don't know where the high end clientele is, where are you going to go to offer a high price? Where are you going to go to offer a high price? And like if you don't have no network or you don't know anybody, now if you don't know somebody, you could, because again, just like the like my setup, I mean building my setup, and I've been detailing for a while. Yo, building my setup, that was really a challenge. Messing up, doing it over again, measuring, doing it. I mean, I'm measuring 50 times and cut once and still mess up. So That alone, just the equipment, knowing what to buy, what to have, that alone, you see what I'm saying? So uh, now, if I came into detailing with the knowledge that I have now, I could come in at a higher price because the knowledge that I have. But first starting out, didn't know anything about the detailing business at all, and I'm still learning to this day. How do you go about doing paint correction? What do you mean? How do I go about doing paint correction? How do I go about doing it? What do you mean? Yo, and you new guys, yeah, you guys who are new to the channel, uh, I'm seeing like some new faces on here. So go ahead and go to the new wave. It's the logo that you see right there in the corner up there. I don't know if it's to your left or to your right. I don't know. If it's to my, it's to my left, so it should be to your right. But you're gonna see a logo like that. So you just go to Facebook, type in New Wave by A&A. You're gonna see that logo. You're gonna also see my A&A logo inside that logo. Go over there, request to join the New Wave. Like all these questions that you guys have, about detail and paint correction, what's the best car soap, all this type of stuff. Oh, those guys on there love that. It's a platform that I started where you guys can go there and share information and show off your work and go there to get motivated and learn something new. So just go over there and sign up. I'm accepting everybody. You know what I'm saying? But I'm kicking you off if you on that nonsense. Y'all know how I get down. I kick you off and you ain't coming back. People sign up right now. So I just approved 3 people just right now. I don't have all the answers. I give y'all from my perspective and my experience. And if you have an experience and you have a situation, that's where you want to go and share with people so people can also learn from your experience. Right now we have 641 members. I'm trying to get to 1,000 before the Christmas. Hopefully we can get there. Uh, every time I drop a video, I hadn't dropped a video in a while, so my numbers are down on the videos. I used to get higher numbers than that, but when you go so long without making videos, it kind of the algorithm, you know, uh, it seems like the algorithm doesn't like when you don't make a lot of videos. Because like right now, I dropped a video at it's been up 7 hours. Usually, I have almost 1,000 views by now, or at least 700 views, and it's at I think it's only at 400, 450, something like that. Yeah, it's at 464, 462, 462 on my studio, but it's probably showing 452 on the thing. And y'all go ahead and hit that like button, get my likes up. How do you have time to record videos while working? It be so hot, bro. I just be trying to get it done and roll out. Yep. Well, yeah, that's how I be feeling too. But You know, you do what you want to do. If you really want it, if you really want to get it done, you'll get it done. Uh, basically, man, I've been doing it for a while, so I know what to do. I just, I use my phones. This is what I record. I used to use a nice little camera. I still have it, but these phones are so much better. You don't have to focus them. The camera that I had to focus them and make sure the lighting was right and all that. The ISO and the ISO, whatever they call it. And I was just it was just a lot. I just got me a little tripod, and actually, this little phone right here, this is a little cheap budget phone I got for my business. This is the eight. I don't know what the hell this is. It's just a little cheap budget phone, but I use this budget phone, and the quality comes out good. The video that I uploaded today, I did it with this phone right here. So like, I just get a little tripod, and what I do is you know how you gotta do it. You gotta get your before and after picture. I mean, your before and after shots, and then you just shoot you a few shots. A few shots of you wiping the door panel, a shot of you vacuuming, you know, a shot of you drill brushing, a shot of you using your air compressor. You know, uh, if you using some steam, a shot of you using some steam. Spraying the tires, washing, waxing, whatever it is. Uh, just get you a few shots, make it make sense. The before shot, the work in the middle, and then the after shot at the end. And that's it. And then the hardest part is editing it. That's the hardest part. Shooting it is really easy. You put it on the tripod, you just work. Sometimes you can just let it sit on the tripod. You can do your thing and just move it around a few times, and that's your video. Uh, I mean, it ain't, I mean, unless you're trying to get real crazy with it. I mean, if I got one car for the day, and that's all I'm gonna do that day, uh, I can really do some stuff, you know. Especially if I got help with me, like if I got Ashley work with me, I can really do some recording. I can really do some good shots. Well, NTH Power Wash, I chased it in the beginning. I don't chase it now. It just comes to me now. I chased it in the beginning, and I wouldn't really say I wasn't really chasing the money though. But for lack of better words, I did chase it in the beginning. But the chase was about just getting people. I mean, I did cars for free. And then just once I just built myself up. That's all I was doing, building myself up. I mean, you guys want to watch my journey, man? Y'all just go back to my videos. Just go back and just watch the day in the life of A&A, day in the life of this. Go watch it, and you will see. Uh, I was doing so many cars, man, and because I was charging, low price, got me in there, and it worked. I knew it was gonna work. You know, I had family members and people telling me, "Yo, you need to charge a little more. That's too low." I said, "I know." I said, "Trust me, I'm gonna go up. I'm gonna go up." And I said, "I guarantee you, it's gonna be to a point where I'll be making, at least $70 an hour." And they was like, "Oh man, that's too high." I said, "Trust me, I know I can get it. I know I can get it. All I gotta do is just keep doing what I'm doing. When I get to that high clientele, that's gonna be it." Because the thing about it is, uh, I went from doing I went from doing, 5, 6 cars a day, barely making $100. And if I got all sedans, like if I got all sedans, it was a bad day. You throw a couple of SUVs in there, then I was, 35, 45, 55, 65, depending on the size of it. And when I first started, man, I wasn't even upping the price for a dirty, like if the vehicle was like heavily soiled, I wasn't even upping the price. It was just like one price for everything, for it was just, if it was a sedan, it was this price. If it was an SUV, third row, large, it was that price. And that wasn't smart. Now that wasn't part of the strategy. That was just me just just not doing it right, But I learned from it and I started noticing, okay, I started going up. And when I say, oh, okay, well, yeah, I know it's $25, but your car is trash, it's going to be 45 or 50. And then that person would decline. And I'll be happy to decline because I didn't want to do it anyway. Uh, and then now it's like you could do three cars. You could do three cars and literally make $600, $700, with three cars. You can start at seven. You be done by by what, 4 or 5 or earlier, just depending how fast you are, depending how dirty cars is. And it seemed like the more I charged, the cleaner the cars got. The cars wasn't filthy no more. It's very rare that I get a filthy car. And when I do get a filthy car, they be like, I know my car is filthy. I know it's going to be expensive. So what do I need to do? And I'll be like, okay. And we make it happen. Yeah. Yeah, I see you, total detailer. Yes, that is one way. I see you, Austin. Yes. Uh, having help, uh, if you can duplicate yourself, if you could train some people that are just as good as you, but that's easier said than done. Uh, but it can be done. It can be done. It's not easy, but you'll make a lot of money fast. You'll make a lot of money fast, quick and fast. Uh, but the downside to detailing is that this is not something that people aspire to do. Usually something didn't work out, was they didn't like something, you know, this was an option later on down the line. Because when I was a child, I didn't say, oh, yeah, what do you want to be when you grow up? I want to be a detailer. I want to cut grass. I never said anything like that. Didn't even think I'll ever be doing something like that, like this. Then the next option is kids, like 15, 16, 17 year olds, 18. And you know how that goes. Uh, they're still growing. So, their minds change. They own something different every year. So, this year they could be all into detailing, the next year all into something else. So it's hard to keep the clients. I mean, keep the customers. And then when another thing about it is when you've been running your business for a while, your customers want to see you. They want you to do the vehicle because they don't trust the other person that's going to do as good a job as you've been doing all these years. Uh, but that's not enough to stop me. You know, I do want to have at least one truck out there bringing in some money, but I mean, if it don't happen, I'll just have to find another way to bring in more income, but it won't be from detailing. But that is also that is the way. That is the way. It's just the customers. I mean, it's just the employees. It's hard to find that help. Yeah, yeah. You know what? When I see car washes open up, I see you grumpy. When I see car washes open up, uh, in the beginning, it used to make me feel some type of way, but I don't really think they're competition really because it's not for me anyway. Because even in my little even back when I was washing cars, when I said I was washing cars, but I was actually detailing. I was detailing then. It just didn't come with the extras. It was no wax, uh, no shampooing, just here some shampoo here and there, but not really. But no paint correction, no headlight restoration, no trim restore, just a simple, you know. But when I would wipe the car down, I had a little brush, I had a lot of stuff. I was getting the crevices, I was getting the air vents, I had little tools that I would, have a rag and fish out crumbs that was stuck embedded in different areas and stuff like that. And the cars was coming out nice. Uh, but I never, because I knew that I was doing a better job than they were, and I was calling the car wash, but it was a detail, and uh, they just don't offer the same service. I mean, just think about it. You go to a car wash, you got to drive your car up. There's a whole bunch of people washing one car with dirty rags. You got to wait for it. You're constantly looking out the window to see if they're done. You're looking, you ready to go. It's just a total. It's a whole. I don't think it's. I mean, even though y'all kind of doing the same thing, I don't think they're competition because you can charge more than they charge, and you're actually bringing the service to the customer. You're offering them a level of convenience, and that within itself, before you even just to drive over their cost, before you even open your doors and turn your pressure washer on or your generator on. I mean that cost. I mean you should be charging it should be a service fee in your price just for going out there because you're offering them convenience. Man, my nose is stopped up. I know details. But to be honest though, you don't need a lot. Like once I once I started like building these setups and throwing these setups together, like my van, I've done that setup twice. I redid it all over again. Uh, I'm gonna do it again, but when I look at this stuff, like it's a lot of stuff that you can do. If you sit down and take your time and you pull out a couple of dollars to the side and you play around with this stuff, you can make a setup with little or no money, man. You could do a setup in a car. You could do a setup in a car. Like you could get you like a 30-gallon drum or 15 gallons of water, and you can hook it up to a little water pump with a hose with a little sprayer on the end, and you don't have to get a generator. You can plug into people's houses and stuff like that, or you get you a little 1,000-watt generator, just enough to turn the vacuum on, and you can make some serious money doing that. You can make some serious money doing that. We the only ones know the difference. I see you, Total Detailer. We're the only ones that truly know the difference between the detail and the car wash detailers. Most customers don't know the difference. Most of them don't. Now, some of them do. They do. Now, don't get me wrong. But you have a lot of them that don't know and don't care. I remember when I first started and people would say, yo, how much you charge to detail my car? And I would be like, I would do the stupidest thing and say, oh, so when you say detail, what do you mean? I just want you to wash it and, wipe down the inside. Oh, well, that's a car wash. And they'll be like, oh, okay. And I'm just thinking to myself, I wonder how many people I pissed off just trying to like correcting them like that. And like I said, I was doing so many cars, I was doing that over and over and over again. And I started noticing every time I would say that, I wouldn't do their car. So you know what I started saying? They'll say, how much it costs to detail my car? I say, okay, you need the shampoo and the waxing? When they say they don't need no waxing, no shampooing, I'll be like, okay. Uh, so you just want me to vacuum it and wash it or whatever? No, I want you to wipe it down, this, that, wipe the dashboard down, the cup holders and all this and that. Okay, all right. Because see now I'm not worried about what they know. I'm not worried about their knowledge of detail in the car wash. I don't care. All I want to know is what do you want from me? What do you want me to do? That's all I want to know. Once I know what you need from me, then I can give you the price. And then guess what? I started booking more people. And I'm talking about these are people who pulling up on me asking me how much. And I wouldn't have learned that had I was dealing with all those people with those $20 washes. I wouldn't have learned all that. So even though I was getting paid 20 bucks, it was like I was getting paid to learn the business. I was getting paid to advertise. You get what I'm saying? I was getting paid to make the YouTube videos. I was getting paid to do the before and afters and put them on Facebook. Even though it was a little measly little 20 bucks for a sedan, 35 for an SUV, 45 for a large, 55 for an extra large. That was my prices back then. I don't understand why y'all ask me these questions. I see you, Jose. Jose Chavez. Bro, I don't see why you asking me. It's like you asking me for permission. Man, look. Well, okay. What are you waiting? Like if you saying should you wait? What are you waiting for? That's a question for you. I'm not being funny either. Like what are you waiting for? Like why should you asking should you go ahead and start or should you wait? Why should you wait? That's what you should ask yourself. Why should you wait? Like if you got an idea, you should be putting that idea into motion. Whatever resources you have to carry out the idea, you should be doing it. Don't wait for me to tell you. You need to get out there and get it started. I feel the word detail scares people because of the price. If I call it a car wash, I don't know about that, Grumpy. I think you should call a detail, and the car wash a car wash. You should just call it a detail. Uh, people are going, people are going, if you advertise to the right people, you follow the right demographic, the price or the name of the package is not going to scare them. If you're dealing with cheap people or low price people, I mean, they call it detail too. I mean, everybody calls it a detail. They call a car wash a detail. Uh, I mean, if you're dealing with people that are just think about what you said. If you call it a detail and that scares them, but you call it car wash and still offer the price of a detail, it's not the name, it's the price that scares them. I mean, think about it. If somebody's cheap and don't want to pay the money, I don't care what you do, they're not going to pay the money. They're not going to pay the money. So, I mean, it's just semantics. I mean, you can call it what you want to call it. It's the price that's going to scare them. So, uh, do what you got to do to get yourself out there, but you want to raise your prices as soon as you can. If you're doing that, if you're doing those washes or those details at low prices for a very long period of time, your business is going to run the ground. I'm gonna tell you that now. It's going to run the ground. You're going to have to raise your prices. Uh, you know, Now I don't recommend you starting at 25. That's what I started at. But a nice number, a nice good round number. Start there, work your way up. Early spring, man. If it's not below freezing out there, whatever weather you can stand, Jose. Whatever weather you can stand, get out there and get it done. I have a 2000 Toyota Camry generator in the trunk. All right, okay. Ricardo, I see you. But yeah, guys. And the thing is that I'm giving y'all my experience, and I'm not saying that it'll work for everybody, but I know it does work because I had other people to try my methods. They didn't start off at 20, 25, but they started off at what you still would think is low, and now they're getting hundreds of dollars for details, and they're making thousands of dollars a week, and I mean, doing real good, happy. Uh, you know, uh, if I brought somebody in under me and they would start their own business, and I was like, they was in my same, they was like, well, I won't even say in my same city, but somewhere I could get to them, I could be close to them, and I could just like guide them through it. I'll probably have them start at a higher price and see if it works. But with no experience, no clientele, you got to do something. I mean, it don't have to be a low price. There are other ways. I just couldn't think of one at the time. That was the only one that I could think of. But I'm pretty sure there are other ways to generate that same buzz. But that's the only way I knew how. And that's the way I knew. And I wanted to, I wanted it to work. And I bought that equipment. I was ready to make money, man. All I had was I had a little I forgot what that thing was called, but it was that little green, little small generator. They sell it at Harbor Freight. It's about that big. They call it the tailgater. It's about that big. It's like a lunchbox, maybe 800 running amps or something like that. And I had a big old rigid. I think it's one of the bigger ones they make. Probably the biggest one they make. The rigid vac, and man, I wasn't thinking about no polishing or no. And y'all make sure y'all when y'all come in, y'all hit that like button. But I wasn't. I wasn't worried about no polishes or no no waxing. I wasn't worried about none of that stuff. I didn't care about none of that. All I wanted was all I wanted to do was my that pressure washer to spray out some water and that vacuum cleaner turn on. That's all I cared about. I didn't care about nothing else. And as long as I can vacuum your carpets and wash your car, I can make some money. And that's what I was looking at. That's all I was looking at. And again, like I said, I didn't care. That's how I was looking at, man. I could care less. I could care less about products and equipment and stuff like that. As long as what I could find can use. I bought. I remember my first when first bought some stuff to do a car. I went to Dollar General, Walmart. That's where I went. What I could find right there, McGuire's, Mothers, you know. Yo, I even grabbed the Dollar General soap. It sucks though. I grabbed the Dollar General soap once. It sucks. Raw soap. It's okay. You know, McGuire soap. It's good. You know, I've tried them all. And you know, some were good, some were bad. And then once I hooked up with this guy. He was like, yeah, you could get this stuff in gallons and stuff like that. Then when I hooked up with Sporties, he was doing the same thing. You know, that's why I went down. I just went down there. I was going down there to see him anyway, and you know, we was gonna work. We did some work together, and then I was like, while I'm down here, man, you know, I'm gonna drive my van down. You know, I took all my lawn care stuff out of there, took my van down, and I was like, look, I want everything. And shoot, he poured it up, and it was the back of my van. If you guys follow me on Instagram and on YouTube, I mean Instagram and on Facebook, you'll see the stuff, and I'll be making a video on that too. And y'all see all the stuff in the back of the van that I went down there and got. And that's that. When it comes to products and chemicals, you know, I go to Harbor Freight to try to get everything. I go to Harbor Freight. I know a lot of people don't agree. I know y'all looking over here and say Harbor Freight. Yeah, Harbor Freight. Because the reason is the stuff is decent. It's not the best stuff, but it's decent. And they're getting a whole lot better than they used to be. And they have the lifetime warranty, not the lifetime. They have the free replacement warranty, so you could get a year, 2 years. When that time frame comes up, you just go turn it back in, and you get another one, and you re-up your warranty. So that means every year or every 2 years, you get a new pressure washer, a new generator, a new steamer, a new polisher, whatever it is. You can go re-up and get another one. Right. So, and then the prices are pretty decent. The same generator that's like I think over a grand or 2 grand at for the Honda, they got the same generator for like $600, $700, the same generator. It's one is a Honda, one is a Predator. They got the same one. It's quiet, the same thing. All they doing is copying Honda. And I'm willing to bet that some of this stuff is probably manufactured in the same plant. They just stamping a different name on it. Maybe change the design just a little bit and stamp a different name on it. The stuff is too similar. I don't care what nobody say. Y'all watch the videos. Y'all see, like right now, I'm telling y'all, I got just because I wasn't dropping videos don't mean I wasn't recording. Listen, I can start right now and put out a video every day from now. I can put out a video every day from now till the beginning of December. Every day I can put out a video. That's how many cars I do. That's how much footage I got. I mean, cars and yards that I do. So, and I'm not charging 25 no more. The stuff is pretty much the same. So, I mean, y'all, I mean, to each his own. If that's what you into, that's cool. If you into the products and the name brand, that's cool. I'm not. More power to you. To each his own. It don't bother me. I don't care. But me, I'm running a business, and I'm looking at my bottom line. And that bottom line is when you balance everything, when you your your credits against your debt, your debts against your credits, your credits against your debts, you know, and the money and your expenses and all of that, and then that bottom number after you subtract everything from everything, that's what I'm looking at. So, okay, if I'm looking at a generator and I need a generator, that one is 700 and that was 1,000, and I can spend $40 or $70 extra and get a 2 year warranty or a 1 year warranty. Why would I go with this Honda? Then after a year, it's not after what 90 days or 30 days or whatever. It's no warranty on it. Then when it breaks down, you driving around town trying to find a dealer. You may not even have a dealer in your town. You live in a small town. You may not even find a dealer. Then when you find one, they charge you an arm and a leg to fix it. When my generator stopped working or something happens to it, oh, I just take it back. Hey, what's wrong with it? Oh, we don't care. You pay for the free replacement warranty. We don't care what's wrong with it. Just make sure the oil and the gas is out of it. The oil and gas is out of it. Okay, let me check. Let me see. Okay, it's out of it. All right. They go back there, give you another one. Oh, you want to re-up your warranty? Yeah. You pay another $70 and you re-upped your warranty for this one. And then you go and you go about your business. That's why I love Harbor Freight. So people can say what they want to say about it. Well, okay, I don't have two companies. I have one, and it's A&A Professional Services, which provides lawn care, pressure washing, detailing, and more. So the lawn care is busier than the detailing. The lawn care now it's starting to come up because it used to be that I would do a whole bunch of lawn care and just cars here and there. Now it's like I'm doing both. Like, in a day I could do both all the time. Like just going back and forth. Like I can wake up in the morning and have, two standard details in the morning. Then when I do that, I run and go do some yards. And then I get a phone call, can you come? And I run and go do another car. That's why I had to get the van and do the setup to where I could do both. Because it got to the point where like my driveway, like the first part of my driveway when you coming in, it's I'm gonna have to get that redone because bagging in and out with my trailer and bagging in and out with my even though I keep my stuff in storage, when I would swap out, I wouldn't go to my storage. I would just bag it up in my driveway, swap out. I had my stuff in my garage, swap out, and then go. It got so bad that I stopped going to my storage because it was just taking up too much time. So that's why I had to get the van because just jumping back and forth, back and forth. So I don't have to do that anymore now. So lawn care is still making more, but I'll say if I had to give a percentage on it, I'll say it's like 60-40, 70-30, maybe more like 70-30. But the detailing is growing. Right. Malik, you just reminded me of that. Yeah. You could get the 4,000. So like if you got a warranty on it, right? You could buy a 4,000 watt generator. And if you wanna upgrade, you take that one back and you get a credit towards, a more expensive generator. You know what I'm saying? To a more expensive generator, to more watts. Like nobody else is doing that. Home Depot is not doing that. Lowe's ain't doing that. Well, Sears ain't around no more. Like they're not doing that no more. Nobody's doing that. So that's what I'm saying. So I don't get it. I mean, y'all, y'all acting like a steamer, it's like a pair of Jordans or some Louis Vuitton, some Louis Vuitton sneakers. That go ahead, go ahead. Trust me. Cause I remember I started off going to Harbor Freight, but I would go to Harbor Freight and I wouldn't even look around. I would just go straight to what I want to go for and get up out of there. It was so crazy. I never looked around and noticed that they had generators and air compressors and all I knew they had like polishers and tools and like floor jacks for your cars and stuff like that. And I would never pay attention to like generators and pressure washers and stuff like that until I started like talking to Sporters. He was like, "Man, I get everything at Harbor Freight, man. I buy everything." And I was just like, I started going in there, and I was like, you know what? I don't know why I would never come in here. I was going to like I went to Sears. Like my first two pressure washers was Craftsman's, and they broke. And when they broke, I just had to buy another one. Cause you take it back to Sears, oh look, man, you gonna have to get that thing sent off. Or Sears used to have a repair. They used to have a place where they repair stuff, but Sears went bankrupt, went out of business. So before they went out of business, they got rid of all that stuff. They were kept downsizing and downsizing till they downsized themselves out of business. So that's what I'm saying. Like you can't beat it. Yeah, they're so reasonable and have the best warranties. And they must be doing something right because they've been in business for a long time. If they go out of business, I'm gonna cry because that means now you buy a generator and it or a pressure washer and it go down on you. Yeah, you got to take it somewhere and spend some money to fix it. But I've been on here long enough. I'm finna get off of here, man. Again, you new guys, you new names I see popping up. If you're not a member of the New Wave, go ahead and join. New Wave by ANA. Just go to Facebook, type in New Wave by ANA. You'll see the logo that's right here on this page right now. You also see my ANA logo as well on there. And that way you know you're at the right place. Go ahead and just click to join. I'm accepting everybody. And hope to see you guys there, man. But I'm out, man. I appreciate you guys for stopping by. I'm gonna try to make these lives better. Like just have more stuff up on my screen. Uh, I've already talked to a guest that I'll be having on. Uh, I'm just gonna have to when things are about to slow down now, so I have time to sit down in front of a computer and kind of learn this stuff all over again, uh, and learn some new stuff. Give y'all some more stuff to look at than just me up sitting here talking. Uh, get some people on here and let you see hear other people's stories. Just give you another. And my thing is that uh, I love to get other perspectives on things, like from other people's view, from what other people went through and what other people think. I really want to see that, like other detailers that I look at that have reached out to me, uh, either by phone call or by Instagram or just following me. And I follow them back and I'm looking at their page and I'm noticing the consistency. I've been looking at their page for a few years and I'm looking at the consistency. And there's one in particular that I actually had a conversation with him today. And I'm trying to get him on here probably tomorrow if everything goes well. I'm still trying to figure out this software, man, because it's so crazy. It's like I've been having problems with it all day. But if everything goes well, I could get him on here and we can have a conversation with him. You can ask some questions. I'm definitely gonna ask questions, and man, we just gonna keep this thing going. But I'm out, man. I'll catch you guys in the future. Shouts out to the new wave. Peace.